Hi everyone, thank you for watching our video. We've got lots of other amazing online courses available on the Morales Method website. Please follow the link in the description to see our other online courses.
Hey folks, we're back with Elena in prone position, and I want to show you some palpation for back of knee. Working the back of knee is a very important area, especially with folks who have issues due to running, or maybe they've had some injuries and are still working through some of their rehab. We have normally been taught not to touch and work the back of knee, and I think it is important to be very mindful and careful when we work the back of knee, but there are some great muscles here that would really benefit from our attention. So the two main muscles are the popliteus and the plantaris muscles. Now, so goes the statistic, not everyone has a plantaris muscle. So we're going to palpate, what I'm going to show you is palpation of the popliteus and the plantaris muscle. The popliteus, as we know, attaches from tibia over to femur in this direction. So what we need to do is get to the tibia underneath all of the gastroc tissue and work the belly of the popliteus right underneath the gastroc. So what I'm going to do in order to be able to access this tissue is to flex Elena's knee, and normally I would be sitting right in here so I could face Elena's head and work the tissue, but I'm going to be here to stay out of the frame. So I'm going to flex Elena's knee and I'm going to find the tibia. So here we've got the tibia, and I don't want to get to the popliteus via all of this muscle tissue. I don't want all of this to get in my way. So that's why I'm going to the tibia, and I'm going to just curl around the tibia. When Elena's knee is flexed, all of this is short and it gets out of my way very easily. And I still want to palpate right on top of that tibial bone. That's where I'll find the popliteus. I can palpate the popliteus just like this, and it may be sensitive on folks, especially folks who hike a lot or who do a lot of walking or running. I'm sinking into this popliteus. I know that I'm there because this is the main muscle attaching to this tibia in this location. And I ask Elena, how does that feel? Does that feel okay?
Great.
Good, good. And sometimes, or most of the time, I may just need to sink in here and that's enough. But with other folks, I could sink in here and also feel for directional resistance. Right now, it's my index finger and middle finger that are doing the work. The longer I'm here, the more I'm sinking in, and I can start to feel a directional resistance that's actually in this direction. Not so much in this direction, mostly in this direction. Sometimes clients feel pain in their knee and they're super worried and they think, oh my gosh, do I need a knee replacement? But sometimes it's not, deep in the knee. Sometimes it's actually surrounding muscle tissue. And if we can help them to feel better without them having to get in, under the knife, and if it's actually a popliteal tissue issue in this case, then great. Again, I'm asked how often do I hang out in this area, and depends on the territory, but 40 seconds to a minute, keeping open communication with my client, making sure that the pressure's not too much. It's usually enough, 40 seconds to a minute to be in this location. With the plantaris, what I want to do is start from the lateral portion of the femur. Now I know that the plantaris attaches to femur all the way, blends in with tendocalcaneus and goes all the way down to attached to the foot. So dorsiflexion of the foot will help me to find the plantaris. What I'm going to do is find the femur and find that bony landmark of the femur and just kind of move over that bony landmark. So I'm not in the middle and I'm not on any big femoral artery. If I do feel a pulse, if I feel like I'm right on top of something, I just easily move out of the way. So here I am, and what I'm going to do now that I'm in this territory is flex Elena's knee and dorsiflex her foot. So when I do this, gastroc should be out of the way, and I should feel a slight pull. That could be her plantaris. She could also be feeling the pull. I'm not feeling it as much, so I move a little bit more medially. And there I start to feel a little distant pull. I don't feel I'm on top of it, but I feel that I'm pretty close to it. Do you feel that right there, Elena? Maybe, yeah. Let's go a little bit more medially and inferior. All right. Here's where I'm starting to get a little closer to it. That right there. That right there, where my index finger is, I believe I'm more on it. You feel that right there?
It feels different.
Yeah. So in this case, I could be working this tissue. There's no blood pulse. There's no big thumper there. I'm in a safe place. I could sink in and do a classic anchor and stretch. Again, give myself some plantar flexion so I can sink into this tissue, and then do some dorsiflexion, and I feel the stretch underneath my fingers. Can you do this move with the knee in neutral position, not flexed? Sure you can. You can absolutely do that move. I like to do it in flex because I like to feel the pull. And again, my index finger and middle finger are working here. When it comes to working plantaris and popliteus, again, working on runners, great place to work on. Of course, we want to be careful. We don't want to work in here if a person has any type of varicose vein issues or any type of circulatory issues. We want to be mindful to give this area its space. If I feel a pulse, I absolutely easily get out of the way. But a great way to work the back of the knee, working popliteus and plantaris.